thank you if you applauded. If you didn't applaud, I hope your home burns down. If I knew where it was, it would. I'm only kidding, though, seriously. I want you to know that tonight my subjects will vary. You watch. You think I'm lying? To begin with, we'll mention Stephen Foster, who wrote many beautiful tunes. Oh, I don't remember them because that kind of music don't thrill me. I like James Brown, B.B. King. But, you know, tote that barge and you lift that bale. Steve, you lift that bale yourself. Some people aren't built for labor. I wouldn't help 76 longshoremen lift up a wet butterfly. If that's what I have to do to support my family, they can forget it, because I don't have but two. One ugly wife and an ugly daughter. See, ugly parents are the cause of ugly kids. You follow an ugly kid home and see on somebody ugly open the door. A friend of mine is just a nice tan, sir. My goodness. If we ever took over, you could pass. But, no, I want to tell you some other stuff. See how my stories vary right away? See, because I have to skip 6 to get to a nice one. But if you ever catch me in a nightclub, I'm good in nightclubs. I swear to President... Oh. You know, I watch that noise behind me. You have to be careful. You don't know who belongs to what group. But anyway, this guy came home one night. He thought his wife, you know what I mean, was suspicious. She said, don't you never say nothing about you. You don't have to never worry about me when you go out. I'm true to you. And he said, well, listen. He got his gun out the drawer and got his knife out of his pocket, opened his knife and started honing it. You know, and sharpening it up real good. She said, what are you doing, honey? He said, see them blue suede shoes under the bed? If ain't nobody in them, I'm gonna shave. That's the way. Another guy was suspicious. He walked home. He was in the bathroom shaving, and he was shaving, had his face in the mirror, and he get ready to take, and he looked behind him, and the bathroom curtain was closed. So he turned around, you know, he said, what? He opened the bathroom curtains, the guy standing in the tub. The guy in the tub said, man, shut those curtains, I ain't through voting yet. See, you must have answers. Hurry up and get it over with, because you're slowing me down. You probably won't get a chance to see me no more. Maybe my brother will be back in New York. There's 3 of us, Ed, Red, and Ned. Triplets, born 45 minutes apart. Triplets, I'm one of triplets. My dad came to the hospital, and he saw my mother, and he saw the kids laying there in the crib, 3 of us. He looked at my mother and said, Mary, you pick out the one you want, because I'm going to drown them other 2. That's how I learned how to swim. I didn't mind to swim, was getting out that bag full of cats. My dad hated cats, too. Me, I don't hate cats, but I'm not going to kill my family in a station wagon ducking a black cat. No, that can happen to you. You be driving, look out for that black cat! Everybody's dead. Canary, dog, everybody. I run over all cats. I don't care what color they are. I'm not going to wreck my $7,000 automobile ducking no 28-cent cat. That's bad arithmetic. The way I figured, 7,000 goes over 28 one time with nothing left over. I don't hate cats. I don't hate anything in the world. Only thing in the world that I hate is midgets and okra. I hate midgets. I'm not, you know, I just don't want them around. Get mad with a midget, you can't even cut him. You got to stab him in top of the head. But don't ever fight a midget unless you've done some midget fighting previously. And, yeah, I'll stop you. Hey, another thing bugs me. Kids that cry. Boy, I was on a plane once, San Francisco to New York, kid cried all the way. Look, all the way, 5 hours and 15 minutes. Lady looked at me, we were circling Kennedy Airport. She said, sir, I don't know what to do with this baby. I said, well, I sure wish I could raise this window. But you know who's miserable? Couples that are married with no kids, no children in the house. They don't know what it means to give up so your child can have, to do without something. Childless couples don't know what it means to sit out on the couch in a big wad of peanut butter. Try to watch television through grape jelly, fingerprints, fall down on a skate, break their neck. They don't know what it means to have those kids around the house, watch your little boy grow from a little acorn into a complete nut. to nurse your daughter all the way through high school and college and become a beauty, and then watch her walk down the aisle with a junkie? I was telling my daughter, I have a daughter 19. You hear a horn? Oh, I always watch everything. You never get to be careful. I never belong to any group because I don't march. I'll catch a cab and meet them, but I ain't never marched. But you know, if people found more love and more understanding and more kind of, don't put people down. It was a scene at the cemetery. It was a Chinese fella putting food on the grave of his friend. Food, a lot of rice and those things that you fry, and then shrimps and stuff. And the white fella was putting flowers on the grave. He looked over, Chinese fella said, when you expect your friend to come up and eat that food? Chinese fella said, about the same time your friend come up and smell them flowers. So I just want to, just understand. Hey, let me tell you a nice story. This is good. This guy, his wife went to one of those spiritualists, and the spiritualist connected him with his wife who had passed, with her husband. And she said, John, he was gone. She said, John, are you happy where you are? He said, I'm happier than I've ever been in my life. She said, you're happier than you were on earth? He said, oh, so much happier than I was on earth. She said, are you happier than you were with me? He said, oh, yes, darling, I'm just happy. She said, well, how is heaven? He said, I'm not in heaven. Hey, thanks a lot for listening. Here's what I want to say to you before I go. Everybody, find some love for each other, will you? Because nuclear war could only bring two places together, this world and the next. Thank you very much.
We'll be back after station identification or something of that effect. Station break. Oh, wait a minute. Hold everything, Red, because now a word from the bowl cleaner with more active cleaning ingredient than the other leading brand, Santa Flesh. Yes, sir, folks. Red, I don't know exactly the details of your history. You worked for years and years before you ever appeared on television, and then television came along, and then you still didn't appear on it for a long time. Then you finally did. What actually happened that put you on TV?
Hugh Downs, I think, was directly responsible. Hugh Downs and Bobby Schiffman, who owns the Apollo Theater.
Yeah.
Along with his dad. I came to New York. I actually started in San Francisco during the 64, I think, Republican thing in San Francisco. Mm-hmm. Well, Hugh Downs came to the club I was working in. He thought I was funny. He said if I ever came to New York to get in touch with him because he'd like to interview me because he thought the public would like to see a guy who had sold 5 million albums and no one had ever seen. So, and that's quite a bit of sales.
That is a lot of albums. I've heard several of them, and it's a miracle that you're able to select lines from them to do on television.
Yeah, that's why I had the sheet there, because I hated to mess up, And it's not easy to duck 25 good stories to jump to a nice television story.
No, right.
And, but anyway, when I got to New York, I went to Apollo Theater, and Bobby Schiffman said, I know Hugh Downs. I told him the story. So he called Hugh and let him know I was in town. And the next morning, I was on the Today Show. And that's how it all started.
That broke the considerable ice.
Right. Well, no one could believe that I could go on television after hearing my albums, without saying something, in relationship to how the album is put together.
Yeah.
But I don't think that way, actually. But it was a successful venture. It's better than breaking in folks' homes, So I say, hey, look here. I don't have to break in homes no more. I don't have to break in homes. So...
The band seems to be relieved about that. Do those guys bother you while you're working? I noticed they chuckled and...
No, but the drummer, it seems though you loaned him out. I saw him somewhere else, but he's back here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's... And the bass player and the trumpet player, I know them from Savoy Ballroom, And, yeah, they're brothers, One of them.
I don't know whether to go into that any deeper or not.
It doesn't matter, because I'm not going to say anything that offends anyone, racial stuff.
Oh, I see.
No.
Do you find that certain Negro comics don't amuse you as much as others for that reason?
Well, I don't know any Negro comics.
Did I mean black comics?
Black sounds better to me.
You had
not
an
that I'm conscious. Not
you had an inkling of what I
don't
meant
belong
there.
to a group that bearded for a picture I'm working in.
Oh, I see.
And when I'm clean shaven, you know, I just think money. I'm a black capitalist, I guess you'd call me, because I like $1,000 bills. But I like to try to help people that are down. You know, like a guy with 7 toes, I'd help him.
Well, that's a very pretty sentiment, I must say.
No, it's a good story, though. If you went to the beach and saw a guy with 7 toes on each foot, how would you feel, you know? You'd have to have a certain amount of inside good feeling for, you wouldn't laugh right in their face. You know, sort of turn to the side and chuckle. But I would be helpful. I would do something. I'd say, hey, why don't you paint your foot aquamarine and lay there like a scuba diver? Be helpful to people.
You're all heart, Red. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, I got a heart transplant, but I won't tell that one.
Oh, that's one from the album, is it?
Yes.
All right. When Patty Duke was starring on Broadway as the young Helen Keller in The Miracle Worker, did you notice that I'm now introducing someone else?
I noticed you cut me right off.
We have to keep moving.
I understand.
I think it was Walter Kerr who said,